Listen, if you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
This morning, ABC News suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks. ABC News President Kim Godwin saying in a statement, effective immediately, I am suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks for her wrong and hurtful comments. While Whoopi has apologized, I've asked her to take time to reflect and learn about the impact of her comments.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
Whoopi Goldberg has long been the dominant force on The View, setting the tone for discussions and frequently shutting down opposing perspectives. While the show is marketed as a platform for diverse opinions, Whoopi often ensures that her views take center stage, leaving little room for genuine debate. She has interrupted guests, dismissed counterarguments, and used her authority as a moderator to steer conversations in a direction that suits her. While some admire her confidence, others see it as a form of control that stifles discussion. This power dynamic was on full display during her exchange with Caroline Leavitt.
First up is the media's reaction to Donald Trump's new press secretary, Caroline Leavitt. The left pretends to be a champion of women until they find one who is a conservative. Once that happens, they love nothing more than tearing down women with the most petty and vacuous of insults.
Caroline Leavitt, a rising conservative political commentator, recently appeared on The View to discuss issues related to so-called wokeness in America. When she criticized government spending on progressive initiatives, Whoopi quickly attempted to shut her down, suggesting that Caroline herself was a product of the very ideology she was attacking.
Leavitt appears to be a fierce operator, but she's also 27 and arguably quite glamorous. So of course, the kind and progressive voices at The View reacted to her appointment like this.
I think she's probably been put in there because according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
Instead of backing down or engaging in a shouting match, Caroline remained composed. She methodically addressed Whoopi's points, proving that she was not simply parroting talking points, but had done her research. This moment was unexpected, as Whoopi is rarely challenged so effectively on her own show.
She may be, but my point is that job would not maybe have been open to her.
No, I understand. I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah.
And the abuse continued.
I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it and to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason.
Audience members on The View are often encouraged to clap along with the host's points, but Caroline's confrontation with Whoopi created an unusual atmosphere. While some dutifully cheered for Whoopi's initial shutdown attempt, others hesitated, sensing the tension in the room. Caroline's calm and fact-based response was not what many expected, and it visibly threw Whoopi off her game. Viewers at home noticed the shift, with many commenting on social media that this moment exposed the one-sided nature of The View. The audience's mixed reaction indicated that even longtime fans were questioning Whoopi's handling of dissenting voices.
Ma'am, I'm going to stop this interview if you continue to attack my colleagues. I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the panel. Caroline, thank you very much for your time.
That was so good.
Rather than engaging emotionally, Caroline used facts to counter Whoopi's argument. She pointed to government spending reports, highlighting billions of taxpayer dollars allocated to diversity programs, DEI initiatives, and other progressive agendas. Caroline explained how these programs, despite their good intentions, often end up serving political interests rather than truly benefiting the people they claim to help. Her logical approach contrasted sharply with Whoopi's dismissive remarks, making it clear who had come prepared for a substantive debate. The exchange became a turning point in the discussion, exposing weaknesses in The View's typical approach to conservative voices.
The most divisive and disgusting speech that any president, certainly in my lifetime, has ever given. He essentially waged war on half of the country by saying that we are all a threat to democracy because we believe in putting America first. It's not radical to want to put your country and your own people first. It's not radical to want to have a strong border, a strong military, and to unleash the might of your own economy, not economies around the world. You know, we have seen cultural Marxism trickling its way through every institution in this country. The public school system, the higher education university system, Hollywood, big tech, the corrupt mainstream media that I fought against in President Trump's White House are indoctrinating my generation of Americans into hating our country, hating one another based on race and gender and all of this other BS, quite frankly.
Whoopi is known for her quick comebacks and unwavering confidence in discussions, but Caroline's response left her momentarily speechless. Instead of addressing the facts Caroline presented, Whoopi hesitated, searching for a way to regain control of the conversation. This moment of silence was rare and awkward, signaling that she had been caught off guard. In a show where the hosts usually dominate the discussion, seeing Whoopi unable to immediately shut down an opposing argument was a striking moment. Viewers online quickly picked up on this, sharing clips of the exchange and noting that Whoopi had been bested at her own game.
Yes, and as you mentioned, with conservative women, there's a long list of that, both of Trump's previous press secretaries, females, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Kayleigh McEnany, other figures like his campaign manager the first time, Kellyanne Conway, Sarah Palin very famously had to bear the brunt of a lot of this. So
one of the biggest criticisms of The View is its double standard when it comes to supporting women. While the show presents itself as a champion of women's rights and diversity, it often treats conservative women differently. Caroline's appearance highlighted this hypocrisy. Instead of engaging with her arguments respectfully, the hosts attempted to belittle her credentials and mock her perspective. This pattern has been seen before with guests like Candace Owens and Kayleigh McEnany. When a liberal woman speaks, she is celebrated. When a conservative woman speaks, she is ridiculed. This inconsistency has led many to question the show's true commitment to inclusivity.
While I vow to provide the truth from this podium, we ask that all of you in this room hold yourselves to that same standard. We know for a fact there have been lies that have been pushed by many legacy media outlets in this country about this president, about his family, and we will not accept that. We will call you out when we feel that your reporting is wrong.
The internet exploded with reactions to Whoopi's awkward silence and the way The View treated Caroline. Clips of the exchange quickly went viral, with thousands of users on X, formerly Twitter, and TikTok mocking Whoopi's inability to respond. Memes comparing her reaction to a system crash spread across social media, with many praising Caroline for standing her ground. Some conservative commentators called the moment a victory for free speech, while others used it to highlight the broader bias in mainstream media.
ABC having just paid $15 million for a defamation lawsuit would think not to engage in conspiracy theories about assassination attempts, but I guess that's too much to ask from The View. I mean, I gotta ask you, because they said it, are you aware of any plots from Elon Musk to push President Trump down the stairs?
Absolutely not. Let me be unequivocally clear about that. And watching this clip, I couldn't help but think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years. They likened President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him. They have shamed him. They have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American people.
The backlash was significant enough that even Whoopi's supporters had to acknowledge that this was not her finest moment. This is not the first time The View has come under fire. Over the years, the show has faced numerous controversies, from misleading statements to outright defamation. Whoopi herself has been at the center of several scandals, including her infamous comments about the Holocaust, which led to a temporary suspension. Other hosts have made damaging claims about public figures, leading to legal threats and public backlash. The show's reputation as a credible source of discussion has been eroding for years, with critics arguing that it prioritizes sensationalism and partisan attacks over meaningful dialogue.
And I would just say a strong message to Democrats who are out there pretending to be outraged about the long list of crap that this administration is cutting, federal waste and funding, like $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala, $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt, $20 million on a new Sesame Street show in Iraq, $4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan. I could go on, and I'm happy to provide this list to every single one of you.
ABC is facing legal troubles over the View's inflammatory content, with figures like Elon Musk and Carrie Underwood allegedly considering lawsuits. These cases have cost ABC millions, making advertisers rethink partnerships. If this continues, the network may be forced to restructure the show or replace key hosts. Meanwhile, Whoopi Goldberg's influence is fading. Her recent exchanges, including with Caroline, reveal more emotion than substance, leaving fans questioning her fit for The View. If she keeps struggling against well-prepared guests, she may become a liability. What do you think? Comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.